You hear people talking about the winter blues, the dark days make me sad, the winter's really where seasonal depression hits. But no, that's the summer for me. The summer's really when, you know what, let me explain. Aside from the high weather, mixing with the fact that I get hot super duper easily and take forever to cool down, not one of my summers can I say I did something I wanted. So from the moment I started having non-materialistic desires, to actually experience things and live things and not just a little doll, a little princess dress, which was from the age of 10 to now, as active as my every summer possibly was, none of the activities were actually for me. Like I said, I started wanting things since 10. Ever since this one day in 5th grade, everyone at my table was talking about Chuck E. Cheese. Everyone at that table had gone, except for me. I felt so left out. I felt so bad. And that was the first thing on my bucket list, Chuck E. Cheese. That actually happened in December. I always say like the second week of December, which, look at me now. Same thing's really going on. I started doing this thing where in the non-hot months, I would kind of in my head save the things I wanted to do in the summer, July, August, when I'm going to be out of school. I have around 5 to 10 things that I think to myself, okay, I'm going to do these. I really want to do these. I want to do at least one of these. And it would be something that I think about pretty frequently in the meantime, so that when the summer comes, I could do that. How many of them did I do? None of them. Ever since the age of 10, I really had that hope that was just never fulfilled. And that list, as you can imagine, has built up so much. 9 years later, it has like 40, 50 things on it. And that's what the summer does. The summer reminds me of so many things I wish I could do. They don't even need to be summer things. This time of year is also a representation of everything else I wish I could have done that year and haven't. Simply seeing the fact that the doors are extra open in the summer because so many things are open, so many things are more accessible, people are off more during the summer, people like the weather more, so many more things are crowded because more people take advantage of this time. Knowing that I'm doing nothing in the summer that I actually want to do, whether I'm at home doing nothing or outside but doing things that bore me, hurts 10 times more than if this was happening at any other time of the year. Something that doesn't only pertain to the summer, but that the door is wide open for in the summer, is walking and having a moment in the horizon. I've always loved the idea of walking and exploring, and one of the things that I used to do almost every night when I was little was look out of my window into the distance, into the horizon, whether it would be in the evening or nighttime, and watch the airplanes go from one side to the other. I always wonder what's over there. I want to go there. I want to see the horizon. I wanted to do that for years and years and years. And I never got to do that by my parents' grace. It was instead in 2022 with a guy we'll call Nick or N. Love him so much. We went to school together and we walked to a waterfront after a school day. That day I thought a lot. This is what my parents couldn't do for me. This is where they couldn't take me. This is what they didn't care to listen to. From the age of 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And now I'm doing this with somebody outside of my family at 16, 5 years later. As much as I love him, this was a bittersweet thing for me. Giving a small tidbit about my family, they are not from the US. They're immigrants from Central America. And that's exactly the place we go to every 1 to 2 summers for vacation, which I recently realized they're not even vacations for me. They're simply trips that I'm forced to go on that I don't actually enjoy. I have learned a ton from being there, a total of, let's say, 7-8 months of my life. And it taught me a lot about the world outside of the US, but it averages a good 4 on the scale of 10. We go, whether it's July or August, because, school break. And I feel this extreme sadness being there. Because before that, before leaving, I'm thinking, there's so many things I want to do here at home in the state that I live in, which, by the way, has a lot of things to do. And we're leaving? This just goes to show another bad summer memory that reoccurs. Yes, reoccurs. Wait until you hear about summer 2024 in the first episode of the next season. So yeah, summer's a vibe. Summer can be a vibe to a lot of people. But taking it a step further is nighttime. Nighttime can be such a vibe. I've never experienced it, but I've always loved the look of it, and I kind of assume how it feels, especially with photography. And when we go to the airport, we'd frequent between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. So that's been the only way I've ever been able to experience some sort of thing at nighttime. Which doesn't even count because we're just traveling from Brooklyn to Queens in car on a highway to go to the airport to leave the place that I actually want to do things in. Recently, I was coming home from classes and walking across the train platform. I smelled barbecue. That smell immediately let me know summer's approaching. This whole summer sadness thing is going to happen again. The thing is that each summer gets worse and worse. Every time the season comes, I compare with the last one to see what things have been done, and I haven't been able to say anything. Every year, the annoyance, and it's starting to become resentment, gets stronger. Back to the barbecue thing, that same day I was walking and a girl in front of me was like, the kids are gonna be out all day. The kids are about to be out all afternoon. And that was even more of an official start to summer. The heat is coming, people are going to be out more. Summer's coming. And you might be able to see that this was originally posted May 12th, but in NY, we start to get spotted sunny days in April, even more in May, completely hot June, August, September, October, and it starts to close out around mid-October or even late October. So the summer vibe can indeed be 5+ months out of the year. All in all, I don't like the summer because of the reminder of the lack of support I've had for my desires and my wishes ever since I was little, as well as the jealousy that I feel for other people's happiness during the summer. Now, I hate talking bad about anyone, but when you have parents that prevent you from everything, you can't help to feel those negative feelings. Let's get into it.